Hi everybody, Betsy, Bird Stitcher, Colorado here, coming to you with episode 4 of my floss tube. I'm hoping the light's gonna keep, looks like half of my face is dark. It's about 6:30 here in Colorado, so hopefully the natural light will be good, but I think half of my face is going to be in the dark. Well, the important thing is to see my projects, right? Welcome to all new viewers and those who are coming back. Thank you so much for coming back. As I said, this is episode 4 of my floss tube. And my name is Betsy Kleger. I live in Arvada, Colorado, and I've got lots to share with you that I'm going to try and squeeze in here before I go on a vacation. I meant to record last weekend, and I had a sinus infection, and so it would have been a hot mess. I do this floss tube without any editing, so let's give it a shot. It's worked so far, and I've gotten some positive feedback. Thank you to everybody who has given me feedback, especially Misty Purcell, who is Luminous Fiber Arts. I didn't want to mess up that name. Misty is so talented, and she has a floss tube. She weaves, she stitches, she quilts, I think she spins. I know she knits. She's just so talented, and she checked out my floss tube and gave me a shout out, so I wanted to say thank you. And to all my friends that I have met through floss tube, it's really such a nice thing that we all get to connect online and through floss tube and Instagram and Facebook. This face thing is really bothering me, that half of my face is in the dark. I don't know if that's going to make it any better. But I'm coming from a different location. Outside, it's too wet because we had a bit of a hailstorm. So I'm doing it inside. Husband's at a concert, so here's my chance. This is my kitchen. I need a table because my second episode, I think it was my second one, I kept bending down on the floor to find the things that I wanted to show you, and that just doesn't work. I need a table, and so that's why I'm coming to you from the kitchen area of the Kleger household. Okay, I have a lot of things I'm gonna do. I have a list, because unlike Julie of Gulf Coast Stitcher, she's so funny, she had a list the last time and she said it was more disorganized than when she does it off the top of her head. So more power to you, Julie. I didn't notice a difference. I think your floss tubes are always great, whether you have a list or you don't. But speaking of Julie, if y'all haven't checked out her shop, you need to. Gulf Coast Stitches. She has an online shop, and she also has a floss tube. I won the 2000 subscription prize, and it came. They came. Julie went above and beyond, and I did break rules because I've already kitted up some of the things she sent me, but I have it all here to show you what I won from Julie. She's amazing. I got this pouch to hold projects and notions and so forth. Nice bright yellow so I can see it in my bag. This hoop that has, let's see, it's hold tight, and it says buddy on it. So isn't that cool? A nice wooden hoop, tension hoop. Oh, I think I'm gonna display something in this because it's just so cool and antique-y looking. Thanks, Julie. I also got from Julie a little pair of scissors. Can't have too many scissors. And this with bees on it. Look at that. It's a little zipper pouch with the vinyl on the front. I could put in my little scissors, my needles. This is definitely going with me on my vacation, and I'll talk about that at the end. And she also sent me a skein of Anchor in black. 403 is the number. Okay, this is, Julie ordered special for me when she found out I was the winner. She obviously had seen my floss tubes, and she did give me a shout out. But this next chart that I'm gonna show you is unbelievable. Primitive Hare, the 6 wives of Henry VIII. Oh, not only did she send me this chart, which is gorgeous, even my husband, who doesn't usually pay too much attention to my cross stitch, when I was showing him all my goodies, he looked at this and said, that would be really nice in a frame if you hang it on the wall. I'll take what I can get. But Julie also included, which is going to be perfect for this project, fabric, witch's brew fabric. Is that, oh, I just love neutrals. And let me tell you the count. It's R&R production, witch's brew, 36 count. Oh, I've never, I don't know if I've ever stitched on R&R. Maybe once. Oh, this is gonna be so gorgeous, Julie. I'm gonna wait and start it after my vacation. We're traveling for 3 weeks abroad, and we can't pack too many things. So I'm gonna save this and start it when I get back in October. And because Julie knows I love birds, she sent me this chart, crossed wing collection. You see that? Gorgeous. Backyard Favorites number 6. Oh. And Bluebirds of Happiness number 5. I don't think the glare is too bad on that. Well, I'm gonna take it out. Looky there. Oh. I don't know where to start. Julie, thank you so much. Oh, I was just so thrilled when I got this. When I found out I won, and then when I got the package, I was speechless. Speechless. And that never happened. Okay, maybe I wasn't speechless. Maybe I screamed a little bit. Is that speech? Screaming? I'm in kind of a silly mood because we're going on vacation on Sunday, and I only have 1 more day of work, and yeah, I'm just very, oh, sorry. All right. Other stitchy kindness that is just, ugh. Diane Zaslow, Dee's Delight. You got to check out her floss tube. She's a fellow Jersey gal, and she's gonna be my roommate at StitchCon. I don't know what I'm doing some kind of dance here. Yes, Dee and I are going to be roommates at StitchCon at the Ramada. She sends me a text saying, would you send me your snail mail address? This was weeks ago. I said, sure. And she just sent me, out of the kindness of her heart, this kit. Can you see that? The little kitties and the birds. And it has the fabric and the floss. Creative Accents is what it's called. Oh. She said, I thought you'd like it. I love it. I love it. Oh. I can't get enough birds. So, I never win anything, right? Not only did I win Julie's contest, but Kathy, another Jersey girl, who's also going to StitchCon, had a giveaway prize drawing, and I won. I couldn't believe it. I won the chart that I said I liked, the Halloween chart. And this is what it's called. Halloween is in the air. Isn't that cute? This is going to Europe with me. Because it wasn't enough just to send the chart. Kathy sent the floss with this little ring thing. Can you see it? I don't, there. These are great. I got this tip from Kathy and ordered it on Amazon. I ordered a bunch of them, and it keeps my floss. So, but not only did she send that, but a bag to put it in. What? What? I'm gonna be styling. I'm gonna be styling abroad. Abroad. I'm abroad. Gonna be abroad. Here is the maker of the, did I show the right side? Hold on. Needleworker's Notions. Jennifer Davis is a friend of Kathy's, and she actually lives out here in Colorado. Here's the contact information. But that wasn't enough for Kathy. No. As I said, she's a fellow Jerseyite. Oh, drop my glasses. I'm still bending on the floor, even though I have a table. Starbucks, Been There series. New Jersey. Oh, the Garden State. Oh, is that cool or what? I've been wanting to use it, but I kept it in the box to show it on my floss tube. But oh, there's saltwater taffy. Oh, boardwalk, casino, slot machine. Now this Ferris wheel, that reminds me of Great Adventure. I don't know if that's the Great Adventure Ferris wheel or not, but that's what it reminds me of. And of course the turnpike. There's a light bulb for Thomas Edison. Oh, I love it. I love it. And she knows I'm a coffee drinker too. Ah, thanks, Kathy. But wait, there's more. I had to hide this from my husband. And she talked about that. Kathy talked about this on her last floss tube. The straw that you put in the iced coffee, and it's a flavored iced coffee straw. Caramel brulee. Is that sinful or what? Oh. And cookies. And dark chocolate covered espresso bean. And after drinking all that coffee and eating chocolate, you know, your breath is bad, so you gotta have mints. I'm bringing these on my trip. And then Yankee Candle for the car. It's a car jar. That's what they call it. Is that not fun? Is there a scent on it? Autumn Wreath. Thank you, Kathy. I was just gobsmacked. Not speechless. No, I can't be speechless twice in one in 1 month. That's just not going to happen. So, and I told Kathy, I am taking this chart and the floss on my trip. And because I have old eyes, I'm a little concerned about stitching on linen while I'm traveling and trying to move around and lighting and all that. I mean, I guess I could bring my magnifier thing, but again, I want to travel light. So I'm going to stitch it on 14 count Aida that I had in my stash. And this is going to be a perfect project to work on the plane. And we're taking trains to different places. And like I said, I'll get into that at the end. But yeah. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy D and Julie. You guys, very special group. I just realized I'm switching my reading glasses off and on, so I have them everywhere in the house, and I just grab whatever is around, and they're different strengths, so it's just kind of funny. You never know what you're going to get. Okay. I have a fully finished object that I framed myself. Well, I put it on sticky board and put it in a frame. And it's hanging in my sewing/craft room, but I brought it down to show you. Is that color not perfect? I think I got this frame at Michael's. Yeah, I just thought the color went really well with my Western Scrub Jay. This is Heartstring Samplery bird series. There's 4 charts, and in each chart there's 3. Each package there's 3 charts in the Heartstring Samplery bird. I talked about it in my actually I think my first or second episode because I had finished 3 of these from different patterns. Anyway, I just put it on a sticky board, put it in a frame, and I have a black cap chickadee that's finished that I need to fully finish. I'm gonna get a frame for that and do the same thing. And then the other one is the infamous Western Tanager with the extra R's, and find frames for those. I've got it hanging on the wall up there, so I'm gonna have a bird wall. And then I'm gonna have sheep wall because I took 2 pieces into the framer, and that I will show on my next episode once I get those back. So that's my fully finished object. Excuse me, I've got to drink something, and I hope this is not ill-advised to drink Diet Coke with carbonation while I'm trying to talk, if you know what I mean. Alrighty, finished projects. These are not fully finished, but they're finished. And you know what that means. For those of you who haven't watched me before, I plan to pass the stash whenever I am finished stitching a chart. I don't need charts hanging around that I'm not going to stitch again. There's just too many things that I want to stitch. Uh-oh. Excuse me. Maybe I shouldn't be drinking Diet Coke. Excuse me. I'm cracking myself up. So when I show you a finished object, you can be on the lookout for a Pass the Stash in future episodes. In fact, we're going to do a drawing for 2 of my previous charts. So let me show you what they are. The first one I finished is Blackbird Designs For the Birds, Sing a Song of Seasons. This is a loose feathers series for the birds. Number 5, Sing a Song of Seasons. And of course, in stash, I'll show you, or not stash, haul. Words. I'm going to show you because I'm going to do the whole series. I am Bird Stitcher after all. So I finished this, and I love it. Oh, let's get the right side up. Let me get something to, let's get a blank piece of paper here. There. Oh, those colors. I used the called for floss and the called for fabric. I love it. It's about 5 by 5. So this chart will go into the past the stash, and towards the end I will let you know what my plans are for these charts, because it's going to be a little special kind of giveaway. The second one I finished, and this wasn't even I started this after my last episode and finished it before this episode. I just had a hankering to do it. And it is Little House Needleworks. Little House Needleworks, Louise and Henry. Look at that. So adorable. And here, look at that. Isn't that cute? Sunflowers, a bird, sheep. Oh, I love it. I did it on a 28 count, I believe, Jobelin. It's kind of got a greenish hue to it, very light, but I love working with it. As I said in my first episode, I love working with even weave. It's just so soft and easier to work with. I don't know. I love it. So be on the lookout for that chart. I've been busy. Next, we will go on to whips. Which also crosses over with stitch-alongs. I am participating in the, I'm participating in the Snooty Parrots stitch-along, hashtag Snooty Parrots Sal, hosted by Julie. I met Julie. I'll talk about that in a minute. Julie, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, is hosting the Snooty Parrots Stitch-Along. I know Lisa of Kindred Stitcher is also stitching it. In fact, Julie mentioned this in her most recent episode. There's a picture on Julie's Instagram, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World is her Instagram. And there's a picture of us with our Snooty Parrots at our stitch-in. This is the pattern. It's a Barbara Anna design. Isn't that cool? And let me show you my progress. Now, Julie and Lisa are way ahead of me. I've been picking up different projects every day to work on different things. So, but I did bring this to the stitch-along, the stitch-in at my local needlework store, which is a stitching shop, and I'll talk about that in a minute. I'm going to talk about a lot of things in a minute. I hope I remember. This is the progress I have made thus far. And I started in the corner, which I don't usually do, but isn't that cool? I love it. I'm using the I'm using the called for threads, I believe. Yeah, I am. And I don't remember the fabric. I think I've talked about it in the episode that I started, where I started it, which is I think the second or third, I don't remember. Let me see if I have it written down in a handy place where I could tell you. Oh, I did. Okay, it's 40 count mallow linen. I don't know if that's the company or the color, but that's what it says on the tag. So yeah, really like it. I'm not gonna bring this on my vacation. 40 count, I don't think I'll be able to count on the lighting and the magnification being what it needs to be. So I don't think I will take that. Now the other, sorry, my back is to you. The other stitch along / whip, excuse me, is 'Tis the Season stitch along. I got this from Julie at Gulf Coast Stitching. She's the she is the Gulf Coast Stitcher, and her shop is Gulf Coast Stitching. I'm having trouble talking. I don't think I said the day. It's September the 6th. It's a Thursday after work. That explains it. Anyway, doing the cardinal. I had a lot of good suggestions. The last time I recorded, I said, well, I don't celebrate Christmas, so what should I put in the wording? And of course I could do French and I wouldn't even know what it means. Other people suggested no words. Some said, you know, pick something from a book or a poem. So I've got time to think about it. So I showed you the cardinal. Let's see if I can find a picture of the whole thing that doesn't show the chart. Ah, here it is. And there's a Facebook group, FlossTube 2018, 'Tis the Season Sal. Gorgeous. So many people. I saw Once Upon a Stitch, Lori. I think she said, she's so funny. She said, someone commented on all the progress she made on the first day, and she said her husband wasn't home, so she got a lot done. I hear ya, Lori. So that is, I'm using the called for linen, which is Lakeside linen, I have it right here. 36 count vintage pear linen. I don't think that's the called for count, but that's what I'm doing it on, 36 count. Vintage pear linen by Lakeside. And I'm using Victorian Motto threads. First time I've ever worked with them. And they are worth the hype, let me tell you. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors, gorgeous feel. They're wonderful. If you haven't tried Victorian Motto, I'm not getting paid to say this, by the way. I'm not getting paid by anybody to say anything. These are all my opinions, and her floss is just gorgeous. And great customer service. I think this was the third time she dyed it. So many people like me jumped on the bandwagon, you know, as time went on, later and later, and she just kept dyeing more floss packs for us, which I think is pretty amazing. So thank you, Nancy. Now, I showed you the finished Blackbird design for the birds, loose feather design series, number 5 that I finished. Well, I said I'm gonna do the whole series. So I did. I ordered number 1, which is called, it's Spring Fever. And I got this from my local stitching store, a stitching shop in Denver. Christine is the owner, and she's amazing. I just email her or call her and say, hey, can you get me this? If she has it, she'll hold it. If she doesn't have it, she'll order it for me. So I highly recommend it. It's a stitching shop. And it's in Denver, Colorado. So here's number one. It's Spring Fever. And I'm using the called for linen and threads. Oh, let me get the paper. Look at that. Oh, going back to my 'Tis the Season stitch along, not to take away from this. This is gorgeous. But I was thinking that it was all wrinkly. I am doing 'Tis the Season in hand. Usually I use hoops, like cheapo. I like the cheapo Susan Bates plastic hoops. I'm just looking to get one to show you. You know, this is what I usually use. And for the most part, I still am using it on my projects, but I thought what led me to do it was I was stitching the cardinal, part of the cardinal, and I like to stitch with one color and get that color done if it's a big block of it. So I wanted to stitch the whole cardinal, but I kept realizing, oh, I gotta move my hoop, and then the thread gets caught in the hoop when you move it. And I thought, I'm gonna try stitching it in hand. And I am, and so far, knock wood, so good. I was worried because I have a thumb issue with my left thumb, and sometimes, you know, holding the fabric, I was worried would aggravate my thumb. So far it hasn't. And the stitching looks good, if I do say so myself. So yeah, I thought I'd give it a try. The downside is the fabric is all wrinkly all the time, but that's okay. I mean, I will take care of the wrinkles when I finish it. But anyway, I just thought I would mention that I am doing it in hand on that one project. I still like the hoop better, but for this particular project where I want to get the whole cardinal, it's nice not having to move the hoop. So anyway, going back to this, let me, yeah, is that the right way? Yes, yes it is. Oh, I just love it. Love it. I don't know, this is a 36 count. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see well enough, or I don't know if I can count on seeing well enough to stitch on that. I think for my trip, I'm gonna take two projects, the Halloween one I just showed you, and another one that I'll tell you about in a minute. And I think I'm gonna stick with either 28 count or Ada. In fact, tomorrow, if I have time, I may go to a stitching shop and look through some of her Ada and pick out some for this project that I want to do while I'm away. So we'll see. It's my last day of work before vacation, so I kind of have a lot of things to wrap up. And I am totally unplugging while I'm gone. I don't mean I'm going to be unplugged from Instagram or YouTube. No, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. No, I am going to be unplugged from work for 3 weeks. And I think that's awesome, if I do say so myself. All right. Oh, by the way, you probably noticed, there's so much to remember, but you probably noticed that I do have the Mama Joan bag and the Kelly Bitsy Bob for the 'Tis the Season, because they're cardinals. They're beautiful, so I had to get them. All right, oh, I want to keep, excuse me, I want to keep this chart with my project. All right, so that's another work in progress. And this one has not seen the light of day in a while, but I took it out and I thought I'm gonna try and stitch this in hand as well, because it's I'm doing one thread on, oh, what count is it? Honestly, I don't know. It's the called for, because it came in a kit. Oh, excuse me. Heartstring samplery. Philip Foster Farmhouse. Say that 3 times fast. Philip Foster Farmhouse, Philip Foster Farmhouse, Philip Foster Farmhouse. Isn't that cool? I got it as a kit from a shop I don't remember, but I ordered it, so it's not a local to me shop. Let me see what count it calls for. Of course, it came with the threads, which were called for. 36 count. R&R reproduction. See, I said I thought I had another project with R&R, and I did. Old Mill Java is the color. So I did a little bit more on the roof. And again, like I said, I tried it in hand, just because it's a little piece of fabric that I thought I could handle. It's kind of monotonous. Look at my Ouija board thing. What do you call it? You put your hands on it. Needle minder. My friend growing up, Karen, and I, in 7th grade, got the Ouija board out, and we freaked ourselves out because we thought, in talking to spirits, we thought we got in touch with the devil. I don't know what made us think that, but we screamed and put it away, and we never did Ouija again. We just freaked ourselves out. Stupid pubescent. That's what I was, a stupid pubescent. Anyway, so I think that's it for whips. So plans, I just showed you the Halloween chart I'm gonna do. And then also thanks to Kathy of To Dye House, she showed this on her last video. And so of course I had to go order it. Tiny Modernist. Blackbird singing, because the Beatles. Isn't that cool? So I'm gonna put it on Ada, either the Ada, like the one I just showed you that I'm gonna use for the Halloween one, or if I can make it to a stitching shop, I'll pick up another type of Ada, another color, lighter color, but maybe, I don't know. And I don't know what colors I'm gonna use either. But I figured that would be something I could travel with. And I just downloaded it from the Tiny Modernist website. Is it on? I don't remember if it's on Etsy. They might be, but that's where I got it because I saw Kathy's and I had to have it. Right? Okay. Now, the upcoming stitch along for the Hawk Run Hallow, I'm doing the houses of Hawk Run Hallow. All my silks are in, my fabric is in, everything's ready to go. It starts October 1, and the hashtag is HRHSal. 2018. Hashtag HRHSal 2018. And I'm thinking that I might try doing that in hand because it's so big. I mean, I know you work on each square individually, but I'm gonna see how it goes with the 'Tis the Season, but I may do that one in hand. because someone told me not to do hoops because I'm using silks on it. And Melissa, she is an fellow Arvada resident and new floss tuber, mention her in a minute, with her partner in crime. But Melissa generously brought in her stretchy bar for me to try. So I may try that on my Hawk Run Hallow. I don't know. So we'll see. I know I'm not going to use hoops on it. I don't want it to be a portable project because it's a huge piece of fabric. I don't want to get dirt on it, spills, or anything like that. So I'm either going to stitch it in hand or try the scroll bar, stretchy bar. Sorry, I didn't bring it downstairs to show you, but I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to give it a try when I get back from vacation, see how that goes. And if I like using it, then I'll buy it from her. So we'll see. So I'm excited about that. A lot to be excited about. Excuse me. My husband does all the grocery shopping. He's retired, and I'm the worker bee. And I made the mistake of going to the grocery store thinking, oh, I'll help out and get some Diet Coke. And I got the one that has a yellow thing and it says with Splenda. Yeah, that's why I don't do the grocery shopping. This is my normal Diet Coke. All right, so I don't remember, but I think I showed these on my last episode because I got these at a stitching shop in July, at the end of July at the Stitch-In. And they're in the Blackbird Design Loose Feather series for the birds. Number 6 and number 7. This is number 6. Oh, that glare. It's called Pleasure of the Fleeting Year. I like houses. I like to stitch houses and birds and sheep. And then the number 7 is Hear the Crickets Sing. Look at that bird. Oh. So I got those in July, and in July I placed an order with Christine at a stitching shop, asking her to order the others in the series for me. And I also ordered a buttload of fabric. This is the called for Picture This Plus Wren 36 count. So this is all the fabric I'm gonna use for all the projects in the series. So I got the rest of the series at this last Stitch-In August. And let me show you those. All right, they're not in order, although, well, here's number 2. The Light Upon the Lawn. I would have taken these out of the packages beforehand if I was good at this. I snorted, sorry. The Light Upon the Lawn. That's number 2. And number 3 is called She Sights a Bird. I hope I'm enabling some of you. Because I sure as hell was enabled when I saw these. And then number 4, All the Hills Echoed. I'm doing these all separately, And I haven't decided if I'm gonna do the same frame for each one or mix it up a little bit so it's not too matchy-matchy. I don't know. But I'm gonna wait till they're all finished before I frame them. Am I? I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Should I frame them as I go so that I get kind of a different feel for each one, that they're each kind of individual, and just pick out the frames I like at the time, and because I'm going to display them all on the same wall. So let me know what you think. Okay, that's number 4. I finished number 5. I showed you that in the beginning. And then number 7 I showed you. And then this is number 8, called The Summer Beaming Forth. This is the most recent one that was just put out. So number 9 hasn't been done yet. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So I've got that series all ready to go. I've got the fabric. I may have to order some more floss. A lot of the colors are the same in each series. Some there might be extra colors that you don't have on the other series. So I'll just, assess my stash and order what I need if I start running low. But I want to have one of those going in my rotation because, number 1, they're beautiful. Number 2, they are fun to stitch. They really are. The fabric count, 36 is kind of high for me, but the fabric is good. I can see it. I can see the holes and see what I'm doing. And I'm using only 1 thread, which I really enjoy. So the rest of my haul from a stitching shop, from the Stitch In, is Kathy Barrick Rodney to go with my Rebecca that I got last time. I know there's a little bit of glare, but I don't feel like taking it out because I have to put all these back in. Rodney, isn't he cute? And this is an impulse buy because I saw it. And it is Brick House Sampler by Brenda Gervais. Isn't that cool? And I'm sucked into another series now because it's got birds. Cottage Garden Samplings. They have a series called the Songbirds Garden Series. Merry and Bright is number 2. And I had Christine order number 1 for me and put me on automatic whatever order for as they come out, I will get one. She will get it at the shop and she will let me know when it's there. So here's another series that I will be doing. I think I'm probably not going to start this series until I finish Blackbird Designs for the birds, but best laid plans and all that, I don't know. Look at this. Chickadee! I had 2 chickadees all week come to my feeder, and I saw this and I said, I gotta get it. So that's it. That's it for my stitching shop haul. And I am looking now. No, not that. Excuse me. Hold, please. The charts, the giveaway. Oh, right in front of me. I could have had a V8. Is that what that's from? Okay, so we had past the stash section last time where I showed the charts that I had finished. The coffee bean, here, I will take these out. The coffee bean sampler by Heartstring Samplery. That I finished that. This is at the framers right now. So I will get that when I get back. And then the second one is Dear Diary by Julia Flynn. Not by Julia Flynn, no. It's Dear Diary Julia Flynn by Needle House. I swear I haven't been drinking. There's nothing in my Diet Coke except Diet Coke, I swear. Let's try this again. Little House Needleworks, Dear Diary, Julia Flynn. So I had asked you to leave comments on whether you wanted to stitch the coffee or you wanted to stitch the sheep, or like coffee, like sheep. And believe it or not, or maybe you would believe it, I had evenly split choices. The same number of people who wanted to stitch the coffee wanted to stitch the sheep. I thought that was pretty funny. I don't know why. I guess maybe we as stitchers, we also like other crafts, and we need to drink coffee because we want to stay awake and have more hours in the day so we can get all of our crafting done. It's just a theory. Anyway, I did random number generator, and coffee is going to go to number 11, which was Lost in Floss, Leanne. Congratulations, Leanne. I'm going to leave you a comment in response to your comment on last month's episode. Now, here's the thing. I can get it out to you tomorrow or Saturday, but then I'm going to be gone for 3 weeks. So if you get in touch with me before Saturday, I'll send it out. Otherwise, it'll have to wait till I get back. So get in touch with me. Let me know your address. And the sheep goes to number 5, which was Mary Warman. So Mary, congratulations. You're going to get the sheep. Same thing. I will leave a comment in response to your comment on last month's episode, and get me your address. The sooner the better. Otherwise, there'll be a 3-week lag. So congratulations. Very happy for you. I know how exciting it is to win. So as far as passing the stash for next time, as I said, I finished these charts, number 5 in the For the Birds series from Blackbird Design, and Louise and Henry from Little House Needleworks. And I'm not going to do a separate Pass the Stash because I should have a drum roll. I have reached 500 subscribers on my FlossTube channel. Yay! Oh, I'm so excited. I did a happy dance and everything. So this is going to be part of the prize. Not all of it, but it's going to be part of it. So what I need you to do, if you want to be eligible, is the same rules. You have to be a subscriber to my channel. You can't say giveaway. You have to be 18 or older or get your parents' permission to give me your address. And the prompt is a little backstory. I've been thinking about all the wonderful things that have happened since I started watching FlossTube, but then when I started putting myself out there in a FlossTube. And there've just been a lot of moments where I think, oh, I'm really glad that I put myself out there, or I'm really glad I watched that FlossTubers episode. Little tiny things that'll just make you smile, or if you're having a bad day or whatever. So what I want you to do in the comments is to tell us what your favorite FlossTube moment is. Doesn't have to be anything big. You don't have to be a FlossTuber. You could be someone who likes to watch FlossTubes, but just something that made your day, made you an interaction with somebody that made you feel good, or just a moment that you can look back on and be happy about that would not have happened had you not, either put a floss tube out there or watch someone else's floss tube. So I hope that makes sense, but I was just feeling kind of reflective on all the positive things that have been going on in this community. And I thought it'd be fun to read everybody's comments on how this has impacted, this meaning floss tube has impacted them. So comment away. It seems to me that I am able to do these episodes every 3 to 4 weeks. Certainly, I'm not going to be doing it for at least 3 weeks because of my vacation, which, did I tell you I'm going on vacation? I feel like I keep mentioning it. So I will do a random number generator based on the comments in response to this prompt and announce the person who will get those charts plus whatever other goodies that will come your way. 500 subscribers, yay! I want to give a shout out. Okay, back up. Stitch In, the monthly Stitch In at a stitching shop. I told you I met Julie of Colorado, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World. I met her at the Stitch In. She is just so beautiful and so much fun. What a positive energy. Melissa and Jenny, who I met at the Stitch In a couple months ago, and I've seen them the last couple of times, they put out a floss tube. It's awesome. You have to go check it out. They're both Arvada residents. They go to a stitching shop. They go to the Stitch In. Their channel name is K&J. I gotta check it, make sure I say it right. I put a link, or I posted on Instagram when I saw that they put up an episode, because I was all excited. Yeah, K&J Stitches. Melissa and Jenny. They are both so talented and creative, and their stitching is just gorgeous. And they're great people. So, duh, you gotta watch them. Also, as Julie said in her last episode, we met a woman named Ray who was kind of dragging her feet about coming to the Stitch In because, going to a group where you don't know anybody, it can be a little intimidating. I'm a very outgoing person, but I sometimes hesitate in situations like that. And I didn't know this, but Julie said on her last episode that Ray's boyfriend made her go. Said, "You're going to the Stitch In," made her leave. And I don't know your boyfriend's name, Ray, but please thank him for all of us because we're so glad you came. She's just a lovely person. And yeah, I'm so glad we met her. She lives in Westminster or Broomfield, I think, which is sort of local to us. So, and the other stitchers that are there, it's just a really, really fun group. I don't know if I'm going to make it next month because it's the day after I get back, and our flight doesn't get in until 11 o'clock at night, and I don't even know what time that is England time. So I'm probably going to be wiped out. But anyway, I wanted to give a big shout out to Melissa and Jenny and Ray. If you want to do a floss tube, we'll push you, we'll encourage you. You'd be great at it. We did miss Christine Calico. It was her son's birthday. So we'll see her next time. I think that's it for stitchy related things. The vacation. My husband and I have been married 30 years on October 12th. We only dated like 3 months before we decided to get married. And it was kind of a rebound for me. I broke up with a boyfriend to go out with Scott. That's my husband's name. A lot of people had their doubts. Now we're 30 years later, and we're still going. So we want to mark the occasion with a big trip. I have never taken a 3-week vacation before. I've taken a 2-week vacation, and I've unplugged when I've gone on a 2-week vacation. I think for those of you who didn't watch my introduction, I am an attorney for an insurance company, and I love my job, and I'm the manager of the office. So it can be stressful at times. Other times it's not as stressful, but I love it and I really enjoy it. And I've been practicing for 32 years now. And I think the reason I don't get burned out is that I take vacations. And I think and you don't have to have a lot of money. You could just take time off and do a staycation. But I think unplugging and being totally away from work, from phone calls, from thinking about it, I think it's so important for me, and I imagine other people. The other thing is, I've talked to some of my colleagues and they say, oh, I would never be able to do it. I would never be able to unplug and and all that. And I said, nobody's going to die if they can't get hold of you to find out, what's going on in this case or that case or whatever issue comes up. I have a boss and she can handle it. I have attorneys in my office. I have secretaries in my office. They can handle whatever issue comes up, whatever question comes up, they can handle it. And if not, it can wait till I get back. So I don't want to sound preachy, but I really think for my mental health, I need to take these breaks. It doesn't have to be 3 weeks. This is a pretty big deal. But because it's our big anniversary, that's why we're doing it. But it's just, whether it's a 3-day weekend, whatever it is. The other thing I was telling my colleagues when they said, oh, I would never be able to do it, I kind of chastised them and said, you're not indispensable. I think we like to think everything would fall apart if we're not there, that we're the most important part of the operation, and without us, things will fall apart. And I think there's a little bit of fear and insecurity in that, well, I don't want to lose my job. I'm going to be on vacation. They're going to realize they could get along without me. And that's just not the case. If you're really good at your job and you're really a part of the organization and you bring a lot to it, they'll notice. They'll notice that, yeah, it would have been better if you were here, but we understand why you had to take a break. So I don't know. I don't understand that thinking. So yeah, I'm very, very excited and looking forward to it. And I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't have great people that worked in my office or a really great boss. She's in Texas, but she's the boss over a bunch of offices in Texas and Colorado. Well, I'm the only office in Colorado. But anyway, she knows what she's doing and she'll be able to handle it. So where are we going? I've been to Europe. I've been to Germany. I've been to Italy. But I've never, ever been to Great Britain. And I love everything British. So, and I also love Harry Potter. We're flying into Edinburgh on Sunday. We're going to be there a couple days. Then we're going to take the train to York, which I understand has a lot of really cool architecture. And then we're going to take the train. We're going to be there for a couple days. I don't know how long. Husband does all the planning. I just show up. And then we're taking the train to Liverpool because the Beatles. We signed up for a Beatles bus tour. The tackier the better, I say. And then we're going to a football game on Sunday. The Sunday we're going to be in Liverpool, which is going to be a hoot. Of course, football is soccer. We call it soccer, but it's football there, and it's very, very serious. They even put on the ticket that you can't wear the colors of any other team other than that Liverpool team. that's pretty harsh. But they take it very seriously. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then Liverpool, we're getting a car and driving to a place in North Wales to a textile mill. I don't remember the name of it. And we're gonna tour that, and they have a shop with all these beautiful tapestries, blankets, fabrics. It's just gonna be gorgeous, and really looking forward to that. And of course, along the way, I'm gonna be looking for stitching shops, yarn shops, all of that good stuff. Lisa, Kindred Stitcher, is gonna be in Edinburgh the same time I am, so maybe I'll run into her in a stitching shop. Wouldn't that be fun? Then after North Wales, we're gonna drive to the Cotswolds, and I don't know what order, and Stratford, where we're gonna see a play. We're gonna see Romeo and Juliet in Stratford, and then Bath, and then we turn the car in Bath and take a train to London and then Paris, and stay a couple days, 3 days, 4 days in Paris, and then take the train back to London. And we're gonna see an opera in London. And I think that about covers it. So it's gonna be fun. Bringing the 2 cross-stitch projects. I'm also a knitter, but as I said, we have to pack light. We're probably gonna pack 5 days worth of clothes and then do laundry. And because we're doing trains, we're gonna be carrying our stuff. And we both have bad backs, so I can't bring a big knitting project, a big bulky thing. So I'm gonna bring the 2 cross-stitch projects, but I'm also gonna bring this. This is it's funny, I'm a knitter, but the one yarny project I'm gonna bring is actually crochet. And it's a granny stripe blanket. I don't know if you can see it with the light. It's fingering weight yarns, and they're just little tiny mini skeins. A lot of hand dyers will sell these. Or if I have it left over from a sweater or another project, I just cast it on, and it's a very simple pattern. I'm by no means an expert crocheter, but it's just, I think it's a double crochet, not sure. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna get big, but I doubt it'll get too big for me to carry while I'm on the trip. I think most of the time I'm gonna have stitching or crocheting is gonna be on the plane, getting there, the plane getting back, and then the train rides. I think that's it. So that's what I'm bringing. Oh, and we are going to go to the Victoria and Albert Museum in London, because I just want to see some of their needlework that they have on display. I mean, it's going to be amazing. So we're definitely doing that in London, in addition to the opera. I'm worn out, and I've gone over an hour. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks to everybody for subscribing to my channel, for liking my episodes. Remember to click subscribe, click the notification bell so you'll be notified. I think that's it. I probably left out a lot of stuff, but check out my Instagram, because I really want to post a lot of pictures of the travels, and if I get to a needlework store, I'll post some pictures. Maybe I'll try the Insta story. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'll tell you all about it when I get back. So the winners, Mary and was it Leanne? Please get in touch with me in the next day or so. Yeah, Leanne and Mary, please get me your addresses so I can get those charts sent to you before I leave. And that'll do it. Thanks so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the week. Enjoy your September, and I will see you next time. Bye.